Hey guys, welcome back for another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these really cute polymer clay pattern weights. Today I will show you how to make the donuts and the watermelon, but of course you can use your imagination and make anything you like in the shape of a circle. Links for all the products I use will be over at charmedbyashley.com, and if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on all my social media. All those links will be down below. Okay, so let's get started. For this tutorial, I will be using Primo Sculpey in the color Ecru, and also some blending tools, also some translucent liquid Sculpey, which is totally optional, and of course a straight blade. These are the washers I'll be using. The code is 3262, so that's the bin number. I got them over at Home Depot, so if you want to find the exact ones, that's where you will find them. So if you've never worked with polymer clay, the first thing you do when you get your Sculpey is you're going to squish it up and roll it out and squish it in your fingers and make sure you try to condition it, make it nice and soft, and then we're going to put it into a nice ball. And then I will flatten it down with my palm to make it the size or bigger than the washer. This is the best way I found. I'm just going to slice it down the side, kind of making it into a hamburger bun, and then I'm going to put the washer inside the Sculpey and then just put the other piece back on and blend all the edges. I use an entire block of Sculpey for one washer. This made sure that it's nice and heavy, but it doesn't take an entire block. That's just what I did. So I'm just going to squish it down and get all the edges to come up a little bit, and then I put the other piece on, and then I'm just going to blend the sides. It took a little bit, so I sped it up for you guys. But super easy, super simple. Make sure you have a good layer around the sides because it could end up cracking just because the washer does heat up a little bit when it is in the oven. So now I'm just going to take a pointy tool or at the end of a pencil and just poke a hole right into the center of it. This will of course make it look more like a donut, so you can make it a bigger hole or smaller hole, totally up to you. First I'm going to show you how to make the blue icing. So I'm just taking a piece of blue clay, I'm smashing it down, rolling it out a little bit. I don't know where my rolling pin is. And then I'm just going to put the donut on top of it and then just draw around it with a sharp tool or X-Acto knife, make it look like it's not perfect, as if it was icing on a donut. So if you don't already have liquid translucent Sculpey, this is the easy way. It's very cartoony and it still looks super cute. And then after that, I'm just going to flip it over and then squish down the icing, make sure it's nice and stuck. And then of course I'm going to poke a hole in the center so it still looks like a donut. And then I just blended the edges of the icing a little bit, and then I will take another piece of clay and then just roll out a really thin snake, and I'm just going to put a little bit of design on the top so it looks a little bit more realistic. So I'm going to call this one done, and now I'm going to show you how to make the pink icing on the other one. It's a little bit more realistic. I would say it's more of a buttercream sort of look to it, more like a spreadable icing. So first I'm going to make some sprinkles, and to make sprinkles you're just going to make some really thin long snakes, chop them into little tiny pieces, and I like to pre-bake these. So I just make a ton in a bunch of different colors, and if you make such treats often, you can make a ton of sprinkles and then just have them pre-baked in a little jar and just always there ready to go. And then I will work on the actual icing. So for this icing, to make it look really, realistic, you're just going to take that liquid translucent Sculpey and you're going to mix it with your choice of color. And it's basically just watering down the clay so that it will be more like liquid. And it does take a little bit of time. I did change it to a little tub because it was easier to stir. And then you're just going to spread it on just like you would if you were icing a real dessert. And I like to kind of make it a little bit swirly so it's got more texture to it. And then after, you will just apply your sprinkles right into the icing, and you're going to push them into the icing and then they'll just stick there. So once you're done that, then you're going to put it in the oven according to your package instructions, and then you're going to glaze it. I'm only going to glaze the actual icing to make it look a little bit more realistic. I use triple thick. I get it over at Michael's. I really love it. It's nice and thick. You can put 1 layer, you can put 3 layers. It all depends on how durable you want it to be. So this tutorial was just supposed to be donuts, but I decided to make a watermelon also, so I'm just going to show you how I made it quick. It wasn't difficult. I just covered up a washer with red Sculpey, and then I put a white band around it, and then I put a green band around it, and I made some black seeds out of black clay. The one that I had actually had sparkles in it. I don't remember what it was called, but I actually pre-baked those as well. So I just made them into a teardrop shape and flattened them a little bit, and then I just applied a bunch on top. And if you're worried about it not sticking, you can put some more translucent liquid Sculpey underneath it just to make sure that those stick during baking. And then after, you can glaze it again. And yeah, I think it turned out really cute. You can really use your imagination and think of anything. I was even thinking maybe pizzas or cookies, or there's just so many different ideas out there. You can really have fun with it, and it just makes it a little bit more fun in the craft room, especially if you're sewing with kids. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on all my social media, which is all linked below. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!